Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, hopping into Garp's challenge, Revolutionary Army 1 with 3 mono quick teams for you guys to help you guys take down those monthly Garp challenges if you guys are struggling with a bit of team comp for you guys, for you newer players, or for some of you players that seem to be struggling a little bit with the specific color variation. So as I mentioned in this particular video today, I do have 3 teams for you guys. So the first team is led by CHUU. CHUU's the best quick super type in the game on Optc Global. Turning characters into bears is awesome. 4.5 times captain if your characters are 40 cost or less, which is very, very good. Next, we've got Sublimas. Sublimas is an amazing attack booster. He can give us a full board of T&D orbs, and if you want to, you can pop his special twice in one turn, as he has the amazing Sailor to reduce his special charge by 4 turns every time someone else uses a special, which is great. We can also use the Nami support to remove Blind, as Revolutionary Army 1 is basically built around Blind. Next, we've got Bonnie. She's a Blind remover as well as an attack booster for 2 turns for quick units, which is great. Then we've got Caesar Clown. He can give us a little bit of cooldowns, but he's mainly here for block orb manipulation as well as a chain buff. And then finally we've got Don Krieg and Jin, who can remove defense up. They remove paralysis, they give an orb boost, and with the support of Smoker they can also give us an attack boost as well, which is very, very handy. The next team we have is the double Shanks Crew team. My boy Shanks Crew, you know I was including Shanks Crew if I'm doing a quick run. And guess what, he'll be in the side one too. He's 3.5 times chain lock for 3 turns is amazing. He does 20% HP cut, 4.5 times captain as well as end of turn damage reduction. He's very, very strong. That end of turn damage you can actually see play in these challenges, as well as there are no normal attacks only. Next we've got Laffy. Laffy, 2.5 times orb boost, still an amazing sub. Great switchability and gives us a little bit of dex variation. Plus we can use Rayleigh or Corazon support to remove some blind there as well. Next we've got the Sea Monster. The Sea Monster is going to remove defense up and give our quick and side characters an orb boost, and then we can carry that into the next turn. I've also got the Hackable support on him here. I don't know how effective that's going to be, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next we've got Kaku. Kaku can remove some blind. He can also swap all of our orbs into whatever orb he has. Plus we can use the Smoker support on him for an attack boost as well, which is great. Kaku being underneath Shanks Crew allows us to get a natural matching orb, and then we can actually use that orb to give us a full board of quick orbs. Finally, we've got Frankie on the team. He's mainly here for block manipulation. He does give us an attack boost to our fighter, slasher, striker, and shooter characters. I haven't used this Frankie in a little while, so I did want to include him somewhere, as he is another very good option if you are struggling for captains as well. He can still be a viable captain. Not exactly the greatest quick captain, but he's still a viable option if you are struggling, and you can probably hybrid him up. The next and final team is the Komorosaki team. Komorosaki, one of the most underrated legends in the game. Damage reduction, 4 times captain ability. Very good special, doubling quick int and int characters attack and slots for 1 turn. Plus, gives a full board of orbs as well. She heals as on perfect. She's very, very good. Next, we've got 6+ Lucy. He's an attack booster for 2 turns. He also gives cooldowns as well, which is super, super handy. Plus, if you want to, you can actually use the Halloween Ace support on him to remove some blind. But with this particular team, it's just not necessary, as I am using Okiku. Okiku has double special, so she can remove both blinds. She locks orbs, gives color affinity, but with the Conjurer support as well, we can also remove blind that way, and that way we don't have to get those locked block slots, which is super handy for us. Next, we've got Cracker. Cracker's here as block orb manipulation. He gives us some stats as well, attack boost and slot boost for 3 turns, as our captain is quick. And he's going to turn all of our slots into... it's going to change all block slots into matching slots because our captain is quick, which is great. Finally, we've got Blackbeard. This Blackbeard's actually underrated. Well, not underrated. He's just not spoken about too much. He's a very, very good unit. Can set the defense to 0, does a HP cut, removes paralysis, and does an orb boost. Plus, because he does damage, you can actually use the Smoker support too. So, I feel like this team's going to work very, very well. But I guess we'll have to wait and see when we hop into the runs. So that's enough about the teams, guys. Let's hop into the actual runs. Alright, so for the first team, we are using the Sugar team. Now, Sugar, like I said, is arguably the best quick super type in the game. I wanted to try and include a Smoker team in here somewhere, but just Quick doesn't have that many options, to be honest. They do, but, like, to be able to do 4 teams for all of these Garp challenges is just a little bit much for Quick, unfortunately. I think Dex will probably have the same issue. So, on turn 1, we are going to make sure that we take out the Quick Lackey. Always attack with Don Krieg and Jin if you can, because you can always guarantee an orb on them every single turn. So that is something to note. If you are attacking fodder units and stuff like that, make sure you are using Don Krieg and Jin, because you can switch with them to give a little bit of color variation to a mono quick team, which is really, really nice. On to stage 2, we come up against Kuma. So this is where we're actually going to use the Don Krieg and Jin special. So I'm going to switch with Don Krieg and Jin, mainly just so I can get that matching orb. We are going to get an attack boost to our quick units as well, thanks to the Smoker special. So I'm going to start the chain with the Don Krieg and Jin, as I'm actually not going to be able to get that attack boost with them. Plus, like I said, I can get their orb back later. Unfortunately, we are going to lose our orbs on this particular stage, though. Against Robin, she binds our captains for 2 turns and gives us a full board of bomb orbs. So this is where I'm actually going to use Sober Mask special. Sober Mask is going to give us a full board of orbs and attack boost, and is actually going to remove the bind with the, what's it called, support? The, Nami support. With that, we should just be able to take out all the girls around the outside, and if you hit with your Don Krieg last, you should be able to do quite a bit of damage into Robin as well. Beautiful. Or you could just kill Robin like that. On to the next stage, we come up against Inuyasuma and Ivankov. They are going to blow away one of our middle row units, which is a little bit annoying. Hopefully, we do lose our Don Krieg. Beautiful. So on this particular stage, what we're going to do is we're actually going to pop one of our Sugar specials. Sugar can turn everyone into bears, which is super handy. And then we can focus all of our targets on Inuyasuma here. We're probably going to need the 2 turns to take out this particular stage, as obviously we are missing a character. So we do diminish a lot of damage. But the idea here is you just want to try and take out Inuyasuma on the very first turn. And then you can take out Ivankov on the next turn. We do get Don Krieg and Jin back, which is quite nice. So we are going to attack with them first to start the chain. And then we'll let Sugar and the bears do the rest. With some matching orbs, you will take out Ivankov. If you don't stress. You do have the damage reduction from Don Krieg and Jin. On to stage 5 now against Bello Betty and Morley. Morley's going to actually put up a barrier, which is a little bit frustrating to get around, as he does. It is quite a hefty barrier, and he can do quite a lot of damage himself. Bello Betty is going to start hitting us fairly hard as well. So we do want to actually make sure we can get through this stage without taking too much damage. You do have the special of the Mama Shanta, though. So be mindful of that. If you need to use that, you can get yourself a free meat orb. As you guys can see here, though, like, we can't even break the barrier of Morley. It's quite a hefty barrier. The extra HP that he gives himself is actually quite substantial. So what we're going to do on this particular stage now is we are going to switch with our Don Krieg and Jin. And we are going to use one of our Sugar super types. That way we can just put in a bunch of damage to Morley. And we do want to start taking him down ASAP, as if he actually gets to that, what's it called? If he gets down to his 1 turn cooldown and he actually attacks us, it's actually going to hurt. Like, it's going to hurt a lot. Bello Betty does hit fairly hard, but we do have quite a chunky amount of HP on this particular team. So we can take a few shots from her. If you see any meat orbs along the way, make sure to gobble those bad boys up. And then just take out Bello Betty that way. I put Bonnie on the wrong side. No! So because I put Bonnie on the wrong goddamn side, I am just going to try and rock this. Now, ideally you want Bonnie in the middle left, as that way she can remove the bind and give an attack buff. And then that way you can then turn everyone into bears after that. But your boy done goofed. And we're going to have to use the Sugar special. Lucky for me, I used my Sugar and not the friend Sugar, as that could have been a little bit of an issue. Alright, we're going to use the super typing here. Hopefully we're just going to blow away through, through this stage in 1 turn. If we don't, not the end of the world. But I think we are. Yeah, with that chain buff, definitely. So on the first turn against Sabo Koala, we're probably actually going to, we're actually probably going to do a butt ton of damage. Looking at this, and without an attack or an orb boost, yeah, this is going to be a lot of damage. I don't think we're going to kill, but we're going to get them below a threshold, and then they're going to wipe us out. Unless, oh my gosh, Sugar is cracked. Sugar's just actually cracked. Actually cracked. So, that was actually super, I thought that was super scuffed, but actually it turned out, to be, super, super good. If you have Bonnie on the left-hand side, and then use the Bonnie special for the attack buff, and then you kill that previous stage, you will have an attack buff on this turn, plus all those orbs. That was my intention for this particular run. But as you can see, Sugar she just claps, bro. Those bears do so much damage. So that was the Sugar team. Beautiful. Alright, so the next team is the double Shanks Crew team. Now, you know me, I love using my boy Shanks. This unit is my favorite legend in the game, and for all Garp's quick challenges, I always try and bring him and then, a friend Sugar, as I just love running him as a captain. He's just... I know, dual units suck as captains, but, I love using Shanks Crew as a captain. On turn 1, we are going to have to do a bunch of switches. That way we can actually get our correct color variations for our cooldowns. And the beautiful thing about Shanks Crew as a captain, we've just got lots of matching orbs that we can make every single turn. Ideally, just like tap next to one of the Shankses. That way you don't have to switch with both if you don't need to. But the ability to switch with 2 Shanks Crews and get matching orbs every single turn is just so goddamn strong. On stage 2 against Kuma, he puts up that defense up. This is where we're going to use the special of the sea monster. He's going to give us an orb boost, and then he's going to give himself an attack boost. Now, looking at that, I really wouldn't use that support. I would just switch with Shanks Crew so you get the attack boost to the entire crew. That would be way more beneficial. But we are going to attack with our boy Sea Monster last, as he's going to be putting out all the damage. Or actually, we could probably just attack now. Yep. At least it locks the orb, I guess. Which you could argue like is good after you use the switch ability of Shanks Crew. That is an option. So with the Corazon support, we can actually remove the bind. Ideally, you probably want to put Laffy down in the bottom left. That way you can actually just maximize all of your orbs. But it is what it is. Not really that big of a deal. So now that we got the carryover orb buff as well as an attack buff from Shanks' switch ability, we just really want to make sure that we can take out all the girls around the outside. And because we have that orb boost, I always like to attack with characters that do have an orb first. That way, you can just guarantee the kill on all of those very annoying fodder units. On the second turn, we can then take out Robin. Easy peasy. Just with normal attacks and Shanks' amazing 1.5 times attack boost with his switch, which is great. And then we can move on to the next stage against Inuyasuma and Ivankov. Now, we are going to lose one of our middle row units here, which is a little bit annoying. But there is a nice little cheeky cheek we can actually use to get around this. So we did lose our Kaku. We're going to switch with one of our Shanks Crews for an attack boost. Then we can switch with one of our Laffys, so that way we get a bit of color affinity. And we're going to use one of the Shanks Crew specials. That way we can actually start getting the end of turn damage. And with the 3.5 times chain lock, we should be able to take out Inuyasuma fairly easily. And actually Ivankov as well, even though we only have 5 units. Moving on to stage 5 now, we come up against Morley and Bello Betty. Morley has that very annoying barrier and turns into an int unit. And then Bello Betty puts the attack up. So she's going to start hitting us fairly hard, but not anything that we have to really stress about too much. So we're going to switch with our Shanks Crew, get ourselves a nice little attack boost as well. And then we're just going to put all our shots into Morley. Now, if we do hit all of our perfects here, with the 3.5 times chain lock, we should be able to kill Morley. And then the end of turn damage will actually just clean up the rest. Catch you, Bello. So on to the next stage against Lindbergh and Crossout now. They are going to give us a full board of block orbs and bind our right-hand side. So this is where the Frankie special is actually super nice, as Frankie can actually give us a full board of, well, he's going to rotate orbs. And hopefully, hopefully we get a orb on our Kaku. The reason we hopefully get an orb on our Kaku is so we can change them all into quick, but you can still use the switch ability of Shanks Crew here to guarantee that quick orb, then use the Kaku special to get yourself a full board of orbs, which is super nice. Unfortunately, because I had to switch to Shanks Crew, we don't get the orb buff, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. What we're going to do now is we are going to use our Shanks Crew special. That's going to give us the chain lock. And then we can actually take out... We should be able to take out all of them, to be honest. We are going to start on... what's his name? Kurosawa, because we are running like majority quick units. So that way we can sort of just make sure that we take out Lindbergh with our Laffy. Oh, we got shafted on orbs here, but lucky for us we did bring Laffy. On to the next stage now against Sabo Koala. They're going to burn us and they do a 50% HP cut. We're going to switch with our Shanks Crew so we can guarantee ourselves a couple of orbs. Then we can switch with Luffy and Law after that, as we have a 1.5 times attack boost to everyone. And then we can use their special to give ourselves an orb boost. With that, you don't even really need to hit perfects here, as we just have a lot of color variation. And as you can see, just with that 2.5 times orb boost and that small 1.5 times attack and the 3.5 times chain lock, very easy to take out Sabo Koala there. On the res, we can just switch with our Shanks Crews. That way we have matching orbs, and we have quick units, and we can say goodbye to Sabo Koala. So for the final team of the video, we are using double Komorosaki. Now, Revolutionary Army 1 is probably the easiest out of all the Garp's challenges, the 10-star events anyway. So, hopefully this video has helped you guys out to take out the Revolutionary Army 1, but I do feel like this is probably the easiest one for most people. So on the final team, we are using Komorosaki. Komorosaki, I actually really enjoy using Komorosaki. The biggest downside to her is her HP pool. That's the only real, like, drawback I can see from this unit. She has damage reduction, she has healing, she's got a very good special, orb manipulation, attack boost, orb boost. Like, she does a lot. The only downside is she gives no HP boost. But with the Liberal Hind, we can get quite a lot of healing back, and that can be a very good substitute. On stage 2 against Kuma, what we're going to do is we're going to use our Blackbeard special. Blackbeard's going to set the defense to 0, give us an orb boost, and with the Smoker support, we can actually get an attack boost as well. And Kuma should just absolutely melt. See you later, mate. On to the next stage against Robin and all her girlfriends. We are going to lose our orbs. And we are going to get a full board of bomb orbs. But what we can do here is we can actually just use one of our Komorosaki specials. That's going to give us a full board of orbs, an attack boost, and an orb boost. And make this stage a lot easier than it actually needs to be. I am going to take the 2 turns on Robin though. Mainly just so I can actually start getting that Komorosaki special back. And so I can actually farm some orbs. We do have 2 turns of the attack and the orb boost as well, as we were at max HP. So we can take those 2 turns to take out Robin fairly easily. Of course, we get shafted with orbs, though. Get rid of Blackbeard. Take out Blackbeard. Take out Blackbeard. Thank you. So on this turn against Inuyasuma and Ivankov, we are going to use one of our... Well, we're going to use our Lucy special. Lucy's going to give us an attack buff, 1.75, and it's going to give us a few cooldowns. And that way we should be able to take out Inuyasuma here. Beautiful. With the carryover of the attack boost as well, we can now have a 2 times attack boost to our strength, quick, and psi units. So that way we should now be able to take out Ivankov as well. The good thing about Komorosaki is too, you don't really have to worry about meat orbs, because when you are hitting your perfects, you are getting a lot of healing back. So it is very, very nice, the fact that you don't need to really worry about getting those meat orbs. On this particular turn against Bella, Betty, and Morley, though, this is where things are going to get a little bit shaky, as we cannot really do too much damage through Morley in that barrier. So what we want to do here is we actually want to just try and want to stall out for, like, well, not stall out, but we do just want to pass the turn for orbs. And unfortunately for us, we did not get very lucky. So what we're actually just going to do here is we're just going to use a Komorosaki special. That way we should be able to take out Morley fairly easily. And we can finish Bella Betty as well, which is great. So moving on to the next stage now, we do come up against Lindbergh and Carousel. They're going to give us a full board of block orbs and bind our right-hand side. So that's why Okiku being on the left is very, very handy, as she can remove the bind for us. And then we can use our Cracker special, and Cracker's going to turn all of those orbs into matching, which is super, super nice. Plus he gives us an orb boost and an attack boost, which is excellent. Then what we want to do here is we just want to sort of do as much damage into Lindbergh and Carousel as we possibly can. But we do want to take the 2 turns, as we do actually want to get that Komorosaki special back by the next turn, if we can. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue if we don't, but ideally we do want to try and get that special back by the next turn. But what we can actually do is we can actually stall a turn on Sabo Koala themselves. I didn't have the damage to kill Lindbergh anyway, so not that big of a deal for me. As you can see, Lindbergh does a lot less damage, but after I think turn 3, he is going to put that paralysis or bind back on us, I think, something like that. So you don't want to take too long on Lindbergh, but definitely kill Carousel, as when he on his 3rd turn he will special bind you. So on to the final stage against Sabo and Koala. Unfortunately, we don't have max HP, so we're not going to get the 2 turns of the attack and the orb boost, but we do have our Blackbeard special back. What we can do here is we can use the special of Komorosaki to give us an orb and attack boost, and then we can use our Okiku special to actually lock the orbs and give us color affinity. With that, we don't even really need to hit perfect, so we can avoid the burn. As you can see, just with like Komorosaki's 4x captain, with the attack boost, with the orb boost, very easy to take out Sabo and Koala with greats. On the res, we can then use our Blackbeard specials. We still have those matching orbs. That's going to give us an orb boost. It's going to set the defense to 0, and it's going to be very easy to take out Sabo Koala. So there you guys go. There was my quick teams for the Revolutionary Army 1 10-star Garp challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lights!